We will do a little bit standing. So warm welcome to everybody. I hope everyone had a good summer. We're going to start off on our chair. Whenever you're ready, just take your time making your way there. We're going to do a little bit on the chair, seated, do some poses there, and then we're going to come up to standing behind our chair with the support of our chair as always, if needed. And we'll have a nice practice stretching everything out, especially after our little summer break there. So whenever your body is ready, come into your space, into your practice, taking your time, softening in your eyes or closing them completely, just tuning into your breath. First and foremost, always right to your breath and tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system, that nervous system in our body that we need to tell it to rest now, to calm down, to find that little bit of peace. And by doing that, by coming to that, we need to find our breath. So nice slow breath in, slow breaths out. Maybe even a sigh out to begin with. But trying your very best to inhale in through the nose. Exhale. Nice stretch of that breath out. Maybe even after a couple of breaths, starting to notice a little difference in your body, in your mind. Maybe starting to feel a little calmer, especially if you've had a busy morning. Now, as you keep that breath moving, that flow in your breath, see if you can stretch out your inhale just a little bit more, and then a little more release in your exhale. So let's take two more breaths in through the nose. Maybe taking an extra sip of air right at the top. Exhale. Fully release that breath out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. And start to come back into your space, onto your chair, feeling your sit bones right onto the chair as you sit up a little taller, finding again that length in your spine, lift out the hips. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say that all the time, but it's so very important that we find that space into our body. We're not jumping anyway, we're not hunching for, we're sitting up nice and tall into that nice posture that we know very well. So as we are finding that space, shoulders back, we're gonna get right into a little bit of circling into our neck. Start to tuck your chin in towards the chest, and we are just going to stay there for a bit. Maybe another breath in, feeling that space in the backside of your neck. Maybe starting to feel your shoulders roll down, even maybe a little space into your upper part of the back. Good. Now let's take a few neck rolls to one side. Good. Feeling the stretches along the side of the neck. Taking it nice and slow, movement with your breath. Noticing any stiffness, tension, tightness that might be from your night's rest. core is engaged, so gently tuck the belly button in towards the spine. Good. Switch sides when you're ready, moving the other way. And always feel free to pause anywhere that you know you might need a little more time in. Good. We're just going to find one more breath here. In through the nose. Exhale all the way back to center. Never any rush to come back to that neutral position. We're just going to bring our head right back between the shoulders. Nice work there. Now let's tilt our head over to the right when you're ready, right ear towards that right shoulder. And just lean in. Feel that space in the left side of the neck. Now you might just stay here. Always okay to just take it a little easy in your practice. You might want to find a little deeper stretch. You might take that right arm up and over, palm towards the crown of the head, the side of the head, maybe moving a little further if you choose to, and just staying here. Maybe you take that left arm out, hang it on, drape it over the side of the chair. You might even reach it out towards the side of the room, right to the left side. Fingertips and fire out to the side if it feels okay. You can always let go if it doesn't. Sitting up nice and tall, right back onto the sit bones, onto your glutes. Breathe right here. Great job. And then slowly release. Come all the way back to center. Give your shoulders a little roll, a little shrug. And let's try the same thing on the other side. Head over to the left side, left ear towards that left shoulder, hanging out here, or taking your left arm up and over, palm onto the side of the head, crown of the head. Where does it feel good? Now that right arm can drape over the side of the leg, the side of the chair, or you can stretch it out, fingers reaching to the side of the room. And wherever that arm may be, that right arm, you're still feeling that opposition, the resistance between the two sides, the left and the right. Finding that stretch in the side of your neck. A little bit of depth if you decide to bring it into your body. Great job, everybody. At the bottom of that exhale, come all the way back to center. Again, a little movement into the shoulders, into the neck if needed. Good. Now let's take our hands or our fingers, maybe I should say fingers first, right to the back of your neck. If it's okay, you can also interlace the fingers and you'll feel more of the palms behind the neck. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit of tilting forward and back with the neck, being very mindful. We're going to start off with tilting it forward, chin starts to tuck towards the chest. You're going to start to feel a little bit of gentle pressure into the palms of your hands to the back side of the neck. Elbows might even draw in towards you. Good. Now on your next inhale, start to come all the way back up. Gaze up. Elbows might open a bit more, and maybe just tilting your head back just a bit, maintaining a little bit of control. You might gaze a little higher than eye level. You might go and gaze to the top of your wall, or maybe up to the ceiling if you have that space. Good. Take a breath here. Your exhale, start to come all the way back down. Tuck the chin in. Elbows draw in. Now this time, draw the belly button in and find that little rounding in the spine. A little bit like our cat pose when we get into our cat and cow. Yeah, and then your inhale, rise all the way back up, neutral into the spine, open the elbows back. Now see if you can press or draw the belly towards the front. A little swoop into your low back, a little bit like cow pose. Good. Exhale, it brings it all the way back down, kind of like your cat pose. Inhale to come all the way back up, a little lift and opening in the front side of the body. Exhale all the way down. Good. Now your pace, your breath. Let's do 3 rounds just like this. In through the nose. Exhale. Breath in. Good job, guys. Exhale. Let's do one more here. In through the nose. Feel that space across the body, elbow to elbow. Exhale, come all the way down, elbows drawing in as much as you can, belly button draws in. Nice work. Come all the way back to center, back into that neutral spine. Relax your arms. Shoulders may roll. A breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful work there, everybody. And notice how everything feels in your body right now, around the neck, the head, the shoulders. We're going to get into cat and cow pose, the full expression of it in the way that we usually do it. So we're going to place those hands right onto the legs. Let's start off with cow pose. Inhale to open up. Chest lifts, shoulders back. Breathe in, belly button forward towards the front of the room. Exhale, we're going to move right into our cat pose. Fingers start to slide towards the knees. Let the head go, belly button in, round the spine. Good job. Inhale, lift up, right back into your cow pose. Exhale, we're going to start to round. Breathe in. You're going to go at your pace, your breath, and you might find yourself going a little slower, feeling out your spine right now. Allowing it to ripple up and down from vertebrae to vertebrae, all the way down to the tailbone, up to the crown of the head. Noticing your tailbone untucking and tucking back in, and you'll feel that a lot more since we're seated on that chair too. Good. Let's find 2 more rounds here. In through the nose. Exhale. All deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. And let's start to make our way back to center. Again, always no rush. Neutral into the spine. Nice long spine. Shoulders back over the hips. Nice work there. Good. Let's give our shoulders a little stretch there too. We're going to take our shoulders all the way up to our earlobes. Exhale, roll them all the way down. Let them slide all the way down to your low back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Breathe in. Breath out. Nice work. And then just keep this movement going. If it feels okay to just keep the rolling going without stopping, just feeling that fluid movement as you circle the shoulders up and down. Really nice into the chest, into the shoulder blades, allowing space and feeling that expansion and contraction in both sides of the body. Good. Opposite direction when you're ready. Just do a little forward as well, a few times there. Right back to your breath. Reconnect. Good. Now, let's come all the way back to center. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest, lift up, lengthen out of the hips, and let's move right into the arms. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take our right arm, reach it up nice and high. Good. All the way up to the fingertips, and then exhale, bring it all the way down, nice and slow with ease. Now, let's do the left side. Inhale, reach up. Fingertips up. There can always be a little bend to the elbow. It doesn't even have to go this high either. So your pace, your depth, especially if you have a little bit of stiffness in the shoulders this morning, be mindful. Listen to your body. Finding that nice lengthening into the side of your body from the fingertips all the way down to the hips. Breathe in. Breath out and just keep this movement going. It's a really nice way to wake up our body, especially a really nice first um, type of poses you want to get into that are not too strenuous. Just even a nice stretch in the morning. This helps you awaken your body. Let's do a few more times on each side. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, let it float all the way back down. Good, one more time. Great job. Now let's take the left arm all the way up, fingertips up towards the sky. Beautiful. Now let's take a little side bend here. We're going to take that left arm up and over. Nice job. Now that right hand's going to grab hold of the chair or just stay on the side, let it dangle, whichever you would like to do, whatever you would like to do with that right hand or right arm. Good little side bend. Relax that left arm up and over as much as your body will allow you this morning. We'll just take a couple breaths here. Breathe in. Breath out. Great job. Now let's float the arm back over, release, take the right arm up, exhale over. Good. Gentle tuck of the belly towards the spine, maybe even opening up the right shoulder back just a tad. In through the nose. Exhale. Let's start to bring it all the way back to center. We're going to try that one more time on each side. Take the left arm up and over, but we're going to do a little variation to this. We're going to turn our head up, maybe even just a tiny bit. If it's not feeling okay in your neck, keep the neck neutral. A little stretch as we turn our gaze up. Good. Take one more breath here. Exhale, slowly release, left arm down, right arm up this time. Same thing on the other side, up and over on your exhale out. Now you might stay here. You might start to turn the gaze up towards the ceiling or onto the wall right in front of you. Beautiful work. Breathe in. Exhale, start to release, come all the way back to center. Roll those shoulders back. Breathe in. Breath out. Let's get some movement back into the arms. Again, we're going to take those arms all the way up, sweep them up nice and high, fingertips up towards the sky. Now let's take a little bend into the elbows, palms face forward. Good. And then just settle them down a little halfway. Inhale, we're going to reach it all the way back up towards the sky. Exhale, bend up at the elbows, palms forward, kind of like a cactus there. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Now, this is a lot into our arms this morning, just for this first little bit into our practice. So please take your time, slow down the movement, especially if your arms are getting a little tired, or rest. Take a break from the movement, come back in when you're ready. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Nice work, everybody. We're going to do two more right here. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's come down to our last round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend at the elbows, palms face forward. Now stay here. Let's stay here for a breath or two. Palms face forward, strong in the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Good. Now let's bring, keeping the arms exactly where they are, fingers tips up, we're going to bring the arms towards each other. Maybe they touch, maybe there's a little space, doesn't matter. Open up back into your cactus. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Good work. Keep going. Rest when you need. Feel your breath. That's your fuel. Good. 3 more times. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last one. And then let's open back our arms out to the side and then relax. Give your shoulders a nice roll, a little shrug, and a little wiggle into fingers. Stretch them out, wiggle them out, shake it out, or just staying for that breath in. Maybe a big sigh out. Great work, everybody. Lots into the arms there. Let's take a break on the arms. We'll come back to the arms in a little bit here, but let's take a little twist right back into our spine. We're going to twist over to the right. So without the arms, we're just going to do a gentle twist, sitting up nice and tall. Open up to the left side of the room. Good. We're just going to twist over to the left, hands to the sides of your leg, maybe starting to walk the fingertips over a little further to the side of your chair. Maybe swinging that left arm to the back side of your chair if you have a backside to your chair. Good. Feet, feel them onto the ground. Take a couple of breaths here. In your twist, hips face forward the best that you can. And we're just twisting right into the midsection of our spine here. Opening that left shoulder back if there's space, if it's available to you. Good. Now your exhale, the bottom of your exhale there, start to release, unwind the body, come all the way back to center, and automatically your spine is going to want to go the other way to even things out. So let's move over to the right. Little twist gently, maybe keeping the hands onto the side of your right leg, maybe starting to walk the hands over a little further to the hip. Maybe swinging that right arm to the back side of your chair, sitting up nice and tall. So we don't want to start to lean forward. We want to find space into the upper body, right into that low back. And twists are so good for the body. It releases toxins from the body. It's massaging. So in this twist here, we're massaging the internal organs. So really, really, really good for our body there. And it's great to do daily. Every day, if you did this, this would be so good. Your spine would be so thankful for this. Your last exhale, slowly start to release out of a twist and just give yourself a little wiggle there from side to side once you come back to neutral. Now let's find some movement into our twist. We're going to take our arms right up towards the sky, fingertips up. Exhale, we're going to twist over to the left. Good. We're going to find this flow. Inhale, come all the way back to center, reach up, rise. Exhale over to the right. Yeah, and let's keep it going a few times here. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, let those hands fall. Breathe in. Rise up, reset. Exhale, come all the way down. Good. 2 more times on each side. Inhale to rise. Exhale to twist. Breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Great job. Let's take it one more time on each side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. Breathe in, up you go. Exhale over to the right. Nice work. Let's release, come all the way back to center. Give yourself a nice little gentle twist, releasing anything that might have crept up from the big twist there. Good. Now let's come back to center and we're going to continue with the arms just for a little bit there. We're going to actually work a little bit into the shoulders, into the rotator cuff. We're going to take our arms out side to side, fingertip to fingertip, reaching out, tee them out. Good. With those fingertips out, there can be a little gentle bend to the elbows. Always okay. It doesn't have to be bone straight. And then we're going to start to take a little circling into the arms. And these can be small circles to begin with. Great. They can gradually get a little bigger. Even larger if you feel it's okay. And that's going to get right into your shoulders there. Good. Switch sides, going the other direction in the circling that you would like to choose at the moment. They can be big circles, small circles. Good. A couple more breaths here. You've got this. And I know your arms, your biceps, and your triceps are screaming right now. Keep the breath flowing. Rest when you need. Great work. And let's bring it all the way back to center. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Let's release our arms right back into our lap. Take a little shrug into the shoulders, a little break here, a little rest before we come back into that same movement, but a little differently. So inhale, taking in a breath in. Exhale all the way out. Really, really good. Now, when you're ready, let's take those arms right back out side to side. And now this time we're going to cross it right in front of us. So taking those arms, we're going to bring it right in front, maybe a little cross with the right or the left. And we're going to bring it back out. Great job. Now let's do it the opposite way. We're going to bring the left hand over, cross it over, and back out. Good. Now do the same thing on the other side. Switch sides as you bring them forward. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Good job. Breathe. Long breath in. Long breath out. Trying your very best not to hold your breath. Keep it flowing. Sit up nice and tall. Feel the space into the front side of the body and the back side of the body. Engage your core as you keep the arms moving. Slow down the movement if you need to. Breathe. A few more times. You've got this. Great work, everybody. Good. Let's do two more right here. Coming down to your last one. And then slowly release. Arms back alongside you. Take that shrug. Take that breath in and out. Good. Now let's bring our arms right back extended forward. Good. This is our last thing into our arms there. You've done so well. And then we're going to stretch it back, or I should say, draw the elbows back behind you. Yeah. Inhale to extend them out. Exhale, draw the elbows back. Yeah. Breathe in. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. So lots into the arms and the shoulders this morning. Taking those breaks when you need, taking rests or slowing it down. Great job. Two more. And your last one. And then come all the way back to center. Release, shrug, shake it out. And let's move right into our smaller muscles here, smaller joints, into the wrists, our fingertips. We're going to get right into a little bit of stretching out with the wrists there. We're going to start to circle either hands or fingers in. Circle out your wrists here. One way. And then the other. Relax your shoulders. Soften into the elbows. Let the arms go. Good. Other way. Switch sides. Good. Now take your hands or fingers out if you had them closed up And let's just take a little stretch into the wrist creases. So we'll bring our fingers down, fingers up, fingers down, a little tilting motion with our hands as we find that nice stretch in the wrist. A little bit into the forearms. Breathe in. Breath out. Awesome work, everybody. Hope you're finding that nice stretch. Sometimes just even working into these smaller places in our body that we tend to forget about just feels really nice. Just, taking some time during your day to just do a little bit of this here and there is so good for your hands. Good. Now let's come back to center. Give yourself a little shake, a little wiggle, and let's move into the fingers here now. We're going to take our hands, palms up towards the sky, and we're just going to close up the fingers, open the fingers back up. Nice work. Inhale, exhale. Move with breath. Full breath in. Full breath out. Breathe. In through the nose. Exhale. Great job. Now give your fingers a little wiggle, the thumbs a little wiggle. And let's come into a little brain work here with a little meditative movement. We're going to take our fingers and tap it to the thumb one at a time. So we're going to go from index finger to your middle finger, ring finger, down to the pinky, and all the way back to the start. It's nice and slow. Doesn't have to move quick. Tap the finger to the thumb. Nice and gentle. Take a breath in, breath out. Now start to focus just on your breath. Now that you know what's happening and you know what you're doing with your fingers and your thumb there, just keep the breath moving. Making sure that you are still breathing, not holding your breath, because we tend to do that when we're concentrating on something. Don't worry about the accuracy of the movements. Find your breath once again. In through the nose. Exhale. Good. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Maybe starting to close your eyes a bit and visualize the movement in your head. Great job, everybody. Start to come all the way back to center. Release. Give your hands a little shake, a little wiggle. We'll shrug out your shoulders a bit if that's needed. Breathe. Great work, everybody. I think we need a little bit of forward fold. So let's take a little break and fold over our legs. We're going to take our arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretch up. Exhale. Fold over your legs. Good. Belly flops down towards the thigh bones. You might keep your hands on top of your legs. You might bring your forearms down to the legs. You might all come down to the floor if you have that space available to you. If you have your blocks, you can bring them under your hands. Let your head go. Soften behind the neck. Good. Start to take a breath in. And as you do that, tuck your chin back in towards your chest, press into your feet, rise all the way back, shoulders over the hips, head back between the shoulders, and let's Come right into a little hip work here. We're gonna bring our hands onto your hips, maybe scooching your bum forward to give yourself a little space behind your chair there. And then let's start to circle right into our hips. Starting off nice and passive, small circles, a little bigger as you go. Feel your feet press down towards the ground. Relax the upper body. Good. And then start to go the other direction when your body's ready. Switch sides. It was great movement for you, especially if you've been sitting for a while, which we have on our chair. So it's nice to loosen up the hips a bit, right to the hip flexors. You might even feel your legs kind of getting into a little movement here. Feel it down to the ankles. Great job. We'll take one more breath here. Exhale, come all the way back to center, shoulders back over the hips, always taking your time. And we're going to move to the back side of our chair. Very good work. That was a long time in our chair and a lot of work into the upper body. So good on you. Now we're going to start to make our way right behind our chair so that we have the chair for a little support. You don't have to use it if you're feeling really good and sturdy in your body today. You can always have your hands onto the hips or alongside you. We're going to start off just finding our feet, space between our feet, and making sure that everything feels good in the foundation that we're setting right off the bat. And we are going to get right back into those hip circles that we were doing on the chair just now. But we're going to do them standing and just comparing the difference between the two. So I'm going to bring my hands on my hips so that I'm facing you, but you can always have your hands on the chair. Little gentle bend into the knees, and then just a little circling right back into that circling we're just doing. Good. Now you're going to feel it a little bit more into the legs now. Now that we're standing, feel a little blood flow back into the legs, right down to the ankles, feeling the heels ground down a little bit more, feeling the belly draw in because we're standing now. The core is engaged. We're feeling a little balance into our body as we stack the joints right on top of each other. Good. Now let's switch sides. Go the other direction. Circle the hips out. So when we're doing circling, hip circling on the chair, it's more so we're a lot more is focused on the upper body down to the hips. When we're circling up on standing up, then we're kind of focusing a little bit onto the legs here, a little bit into the knees. So watch those knees there, making sure they're feeling good. Good. Very, very nice there. Now let's come all the way back to center and let's move down to those legs there. We're going to face the chair if you were facing the other way, and we're going to take our feet out a little wider, maybe hip distance, maybe wider than hip distance. We're going to keep our hands onto the chair for now. If you're feeling okay in the mid part of it, you can always bring your hands onto the hips. But we're just going to keep our toes facing forward towards the chair, and we're just going to bring a bend to one knee. Doesn't matter which one. And then the other. Just a little pulsing from one knee to the other. Little bit into the hips. Take that breath in. Breath out. Now, these bends or lunges into the knees do not have to be big. They can be very small. Just keep going with your breath, bending from one knee to the other. You might even start to notice you might need a little more space. Heel toe it out. Find that space. As you get into these lunges, you might feel you might be finding more depth, a little deeper into your bends as you go, or you find you need to lessen, and that's always okay. Deeper doesn't mean better. So I always pose the question, can you go a little deeper? And sometimes the answer might be no, and that's okay. So that is always why I ask that you listen to your body. Every time you come into your practice is going to be a little bit different. So we have to listen every single time. Maybe you might get a little deeper one day, but maybe today is not the day. So please be careful. Good. Keep it going. We're going to do a few more times. Great job, everybody. Core is engaged. Lengthening through the spine. Find that space into the low back. Beautiful work, everybody. All right, we're going to come back to center, take the bends out of the knees, and we're going to work a little differently now, keeping the legs exactly where they are in this wide standing, wide-legged standing pose here. We're going to have our hands on the hips, hands in front of us, and we're just going to lift one heel up, pressing into the toes or the ball of the foot. Lift one heel up. Good job. You're going to feel the core engage a little bit more because we're kind of in a balancing pose here. Good. Bring that heel back down. Lift the other heel up. Good. Now bring it down. Lift one heel up. And this can always be done with the chair in front of you. Heel up and down. Up and down. Back to your breath. Breathe in and out. In and out. Keep the breath moving, lifting one heel up, then the other. Remember, the heel doesn't have to go very high up. It can be just a small lift, but we're working on that core strength in our body, the balance in our body, our breath. Really good, guys. Keep going. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Great job. Let's do one more on each side. Heel lifts and the other heel lifts, and then bring both soles of the feet back onto the ground there or your mat. Very, very nice work. Okay, keep the legs exactly the same. You might heel toe it back in a bit if you feel it's too wide, or heel toe it out if you need a little wider. And with your hands on the hips or hands on the chair, we're going to come back into a little balancing. This one, you might want to keep it on the chair to begin with, see how you feel with it. But we're going to press into the left foot, lift the right leg up. Good. Now press into the left foot, lift the left foot up. Good. So you're going to press and lift, press and lift. I'm just going to do it this way. So you're going to press and lift, and you're just going to lift one foot up, then the other. Good. Just some balancing here. Breathe. It's really good for us to work on this core strength of balancing into our body, because we balance all the time in our daily lives. Either it's something you dropped and you have to bend over to pick it up. You're going to have to balance your weight to pick up something, balance your weight to grab something on a top shelf, balance something to walk over an object. Balance yourself as you are walking over ice or snow in the winter. So this functional movement that we're doing with our balancing is really important. It's good to practice. So keep it going. We're going to find 2 more breaths here. Good. In through the nose. Exhale. Come all the way back down. Both feet down. And bring your feet, keep your feet the way it is, wide-legged, maybe taking a little wider, maybe moving it forward. We're just going to start to walk our feet back behind us. Let's take a little fold here, stretch out the legs. They've worked really hard already. Keep your hands onto the chair, maybe starting to slide down to your forearms if you like a little bit more hinge into the hips. If you have a little more space, you are quite flexible, you can bring your hands onto the ground on top of blocks if that feels okay. See what feels good. Draw those hips back. Still active into the belly, into your core. Relax your head, soften behind the neck, and always a little soft bend to the knees just so that they don't lock up or hyperextend. Good. Let's take a couple of breaths here in our forward fold. And this is a great place to just come to at any time. A nice fold over the legs, that space into the back body, the stretch into your hamstring muscles. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back up. If you are down a little lower, bring your hands right back onto the chair or blocks if you have it. And we're going to do a little twist here. Let's leave our left hand to the chair and bring your right hand behind you, right onto the low back. Yeah, good. Open that right shoulder. Little twist. Keep those hips centered towards the chair. So that right hip, it wants to thrust open. It's going to, most likely. Try to bring it back down. Bring it back to the same height as your left hip so that you can keep the hips centered, just opening the core, the torso, and the shoulder. Great work, everybody. Now, on your exhale, we're going to switch sides. Start to release out of your twist. Bring your torso back to center. Right hand comes onto the chair. Left hand onto your low back. Again, watching those hips, making sure that they're centered the best that you can. Nothing's perfect, and that's okay. Open up to the left side. Your gaze can go over, or you can keep it neutral, just depending on your neck. And in through the nose. Exhale, start to release right back to center. And let's bring both hands onto the chair. Walk your feet back in towards each other and then walk it back to the back side of the chair. Roll your shoulders back. Take a breath here. Exhale all the way out. Very, very good. Let's take a little bit of a stretch, a little lunge in towards the back side of your mat or the floor there. We're going to take our right foot and step it back all the way back. Nice long step. And just right onto the right tippy toes there. Good. Right heels high, feet are about hip distance apart. And then start to lunge into that left knee. Great job. Hands onto the chair. If you're feeling okay, you can bring your hands onto the hips. Feeling sturdy there. You decide. Good. Pressing it into that left heel. Lunge a little further. We're just going to stay in this nice lunge. Belly in, core engaged. You've got the support of your chair if you need it. High into that back heel. So the right toes are pressing down. You're getting a nice strong back leg. Feeling that nice lunge in the left knee all the way to that left hip flexor. Glutes are slightly engaged. Really good, everybody. We're going to take one more breath here. This lunge doesn't have to be huge there either. Good work, everybody. Hands back onto the chair. Grabbing hold of the chair for that support. Press that left foot down and gently hop, maybe taking a few hops back to the front, back to center. Good. And just walk it out for a second. Release, a little pitter patter into the feet. Great job. Let's try the other side. Pressing into the right foot, step that left foot back right behind you, getting back into that nice lunge here. And then start lunging into that right knee. Bend into the right knee, knee over ankle, the best that you can do. And let's press into the left toes as you keep the heel up as much as you can. It doesn't even have to be very big. Good. Hands onto the chair. If you're feeling okay, maybe hands onto the hips. Breathe. Feel that lunge. Keep that breath going. Belly button gently towards the spine. Core is engaged. And through the nose, we're going to take one more full breath in. Full breath out. Wonderful job, guys. Let's press back into our right foot, hands back onto the chair. Just gently slide or hop that left foot back to the front of, behind the chair there, back to center. And then just a little pitter patter of the feet down. Walk it out. Great work. Now, let's bring our feet about hip distance apart and let's do a little heel lift. So we're going to press into our toes, lift the heels up, and then exhale all the way down. Keep it going. Breathe in to lift the heels up. Exhale all the way down. In through the nose. Exhale down. Great job. Keep it going. Little balance here as well. Back to those core muscles, right to your abdomen. And as you lift up, feeling the stretch in the tops of your feet, into your ankles, the shin bones maybe too. Breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Very, very good. Now let's add on a little bit more to our heel lifts. We're going to lift our heels up, press them back down. Now press into your heels, lift the toes up. Good. Right back up to the heels, and then the toes lift, heels lift, toes lift. Good. Nice balancing right back into a little bit more balancing, especially with the toes up. A lot more challenging. Noticing all the muscles that you're utilizing in allowing the stretch to happen, the different types of stretches you might be feeling in your feet, your legs right now. Two more breaths here. And then start to come all the way back to center, walk it out, pick up those knees a little bit there. Great job, everybody. Let's come back to our chair to kind of end off our practice. Beautiful work today, everybody. And as you make your way back to the chair, let's just do a little cool down practice. We're going to draw our right knee in towards our chest. And we're just going to circle our ankle around one way and then the other. Flex, point the toes. Good. And let's try the other side. Draw the left knee in towards you. Same thing here. A little circling into the ankle. And switching sides whenever you are ready. A little flexing, pointing the toes. Great. And then release. Leg back down. Let's do a couple sun salutations to seal off our practice with your breath, your pace. When you are ready, I'm just going to move to the side for a different angle there. We're going to take our arms all the way up towards the sky. Maybe the palms pressed, maybe a gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive forward all the way down to your toes. Inhale to lift halfway, pressing into the legs, lengthen your spine, look forward. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, pressing into your feet, tuck your chin and rising all the way back up to seated. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands start center. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, relax. Let's try that one more time. So taking your time in your poses there. Inhale, circle the arms up with your big breath in. Exhale, dive forward as you let the belly drop. Inhale to find length, look forward. Exhale, right back down to the toes. Let your head go. Press into your feet, draw the chin in, rise all the way back up to seated. Arms circle right back up, maybe a gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe, full breath in. Full breath out. Relax your arms, settle them right back alongside you. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back over the hips, feet flat onto the ground. Just feeling everything release. Closing your eyes or soft gaze forward. And right back how we began this practice, connecting back with our breath. Take a breath in. Maybe a big sigh out. Fully release. And let's take a little breathing exercise all together as a group. We're going to inhale to the 1 count. Exhale for 1 count. Inhale for 2 counts. Exhale for 2 counts. Good. Let's move a little further. Inhale for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's keep going. Inhale to 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's go one last time, all the way to 5 counts. When you're ready, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And completely release that exhale out. Come back to that natural rhythm in your breath. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. And when you are ready, coming back into your space, opening your eyes if you had them closed, a little wiggle into the fingers, a little movement into the shoulders. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Have yourself a wonderful day. Namaste.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.